going to get it right today.
Okay.
I'm going to read the questions
Yes.
right today, okay?
Yeah, I'm well.
Adam and Frank are here, Alex here for the experience, all right? January window has passed, and Mbappe hasn't announced he's going to be the next Galactico. Should Real Madrid now focus on beefing up their backline or focus on a proper striker such as Haaland or Osimhen?
It feels like Frank is very eager to answer this question. So go ahead, Frank. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm really not, because I don't have any answer. I think Haaland will never leave Manchester City, so he's out of business. And Mbappe haven't decided, and he said he's going to say it when he's going to know it. So, well, let's see. And Osimhen supposedly already knows where he's going to go, is what he said. And he already knows his future. So I guess he's linked to Mbappe. So what is the truth there? Is Mbappe knows if he's going to go to Madrid or not, if he's going to stay in Paris, where Osimhen's going to go. I think that's the story between those two. But I think Real Madrid can be patient. If they don't get Mbappe, they're going to get somebody else, and fans going to be very happy.
All right, next question. I know Nadim's been in the opposite of this position, but I want to know otherwise. Have you ever been in a position where you wanted a transfer away from your current club, but ended up staying? Were there any challenges you faced, or did it just return to normal? Nadim.
It didn't return to normal. When I left Man City in 2011, 2012, when they won the league, that first transfer window, I was basically on the way out because I wasn't really allowed to train with the first team. So that was a bit awkward. So I thought I was going to be leaving. And once it's in your mind that you're going to leave, it's then very strange when the next day after the transfer window closes, well, hey guys, I'm here. I'm ready to train, but I'm still not allowed to train with you. So yes, it was a bit awkward. And I think that's the thing. From when you get an idea in your mind that you're going to go somewhere, and I think this goes beyond football, it's very hard to just let that leave your mind altogether. And as you come back, that drive into work just feels that little bit longer. That training session doesn't feel as fun anymore. And it's like, well, the countdown's on till the 1st of January anyway.
Hang on a minute. Nadim, I know in this situation, packed his big black bag, left the training ground, saying goodbye to everyone, and then trundled back in the next day with the bag.
Hi, it's me, everyone. Hello.
I'm back.
About the coaching staff, Nadim, were they like, wait a sec, what are you doing here?
Listen.
I'm sorry, what?
Ali.
What?
Ali, the strangest thing about it was, so I didn't train or play with the first team all pre-season and then up until the window closed. And then the very next game they had was the very first game of their Champions League era against Napoli at home. And I was in the squad. Talk about confused, Ali. Talk about confused. How am I here? What is this?
But what about the fickleness of why you were in the squad as well, Nadim?
Well, it's always nice to be a homegrown player. It gets you a nice spot on the bench, you know what I mean? Do the right thing, guys, do the right thing.
I'll tell you about doing the right thing. Now Nadim has moved away from the kitchen background into something different.
Memory lane.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
Memory lane, yeah.
He used to have the salad bowl behind him with the dining table and the
Sunset,
kitchen table. And it was
selling Sunset behind him.
Absolutely, they were selling something.
I can bring it back if you want, LA. If you want it, I'll bring it back.
Oh, no, I like Memory Lane.
No, Memory Lane is nice. Look at you, young Nadim, right behind your right shoulder.
Has Memory Lane featured yet?
No, I think that's the first time that we've seen it.
Can we talk through some of these photographs behind you then, Nadim?
Yeah, you can do if you want. I think the most important, realistically, is this one. I think this kind of represents who I am as a person. Really aggressive. Yeah. And then there's obviously this one. This is the last thing I won in my career. This was me at the age of 9. And then, as you can see, it's my family up here. And there's something just to the side, but I'll save it. I'll save the thing to the side for a later edition of the show. Because I think you'll quite enjoy it.
Can you read the quote that is in the picture behind you that we can't quite see on camera?
Okay, so Jurgen Klopp is laughing whilst looking at me, and it says, "I'm not sure if you've played football before, but these kind of things happen." Yeah, it's interesting. It's great times, yeah. Great times.
Was that while working for ESPN?
Yes, of course it was, yeah. Of course it was. It's great to have access, but it's not so great when the access is like, well, what's he doing here?
Who are you?
Okay, honestly as well, I spoke with him after the Fulham game in the Cup, and that was the day before he said he's had enough. So I don't know if we're connecting the dots here, or whether I'm the real problem for him, because it's like, how is this guy still here? Enough is enough.
Natum, another quick question, Natum. Did Jurgen Klopp have the same reaction that the coaching staff had at Manchester City when you showed up? It's like, who are you and what are you doing here?
No, to be honest, Sally, the worst thing about it realistically was after the first time when it happened. Like, I understood how funny it was that he asked it, and that's why the video went out, and I really enjoyed it. He didn't mean any malice or whatever, and it turns into a story. But the next time I was with Liverpool was like 2 weeks later, and some of the coaching staff, media team, they know who I was. But I dread to think what it was like when they were trying to explain to him who I was. Because why should he care? Why should he care? I'm nobody at all. I played, but like...
Champions League player for Man City.
Well, you're somebody to me, Natum. You're somebody to me.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, you're somebody to all of us.
We
Nathan.
love you.
And
we love you. Yeah. We don't care what Klopp says. Yeah.
What's your name again? All right, Frank. Thoughts on Broja's loan to Fulham?
Well, I guess it's a good thing for the player, because I don't think he's going to have a chance to play. But, I mean, we have so many strikers at Chelsea that we can afford to let Broja go to Fulham. But the thing is, Broja doesn't score goals, so what can I say? Good luck to him, and maybe he comes back more experienced, and that will help Chelsea.
Can I just say something? The delay on the line to Frank today is longer than Natum's time away from Manchester City. He'll laugh in a minute. All right. What are Natum's predictions?
We have like 3 seconds delay, yeah.
I think so. What are Natum's predictions for the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations?
Predictions-wise, I think it's been a wild tournament, obviously. But being somebody born in Nigeria, now Nigeria are in the semi-final, and they'll be playing against either Cape Verde or South Africa, I kind of like their chances. So, it's been a good tournament for me personally so far, seeing Ghana go crashing out, seeing Nigeria win some games. So yeah, I think this year they can do it, especially since all the top seeds are already out.
There we go. For Frank, would Chelsea of your time beat this current Chelsea team, and what would be the score?
That's insulting my my former partners and my former team, saying that even just asking the question, yeah, we'll murder them. Yeah, for sure. And like after 5 minutes, they will be so scared of some players, and we put so much pressure on them, and with the talents of the players that we had in front. Oh, it could have been, a big-time score, like, I would say, I'm pretty sure to keep the clean sheet first, that's for sure, because they can't score a goal. I would say a 5-0, easy.
I have to imagine that Frank looks at the players that Chelsea would have in the attack, and he's defending, and he's like, really? This is the guy that you're bringing around to try to score goals?
Frank could be packing his black bag and leaving. It's like, I'm not putting up with this.
I think Frank would walk off and say, this is disrespectful. Why am I even here? Do you know who I am?
I think he thinks that when he comes on the show.
Waste of time, Alex.
Yes, absolutely, Frank. I'm with you.
Last question. After seeing the video of Arturo Vidal being introduced at his Colo Colo unveiling, what's the craziest unveiling that you've witnessed at one of your clubs? Where they announced the player. Anything that stand out to you, Frank?
Well, you know what? When I signed for Chelsea, I remember that the players' bar for a friendly game, Dennis Wise and John Spencer came to say hi to me on the names of all the players. And I say, we are pretty small in that team. I'm not sure we're going to score goals with a header. And I couldn't understand a Scottish guy talking and a Cockney guy talking. And I say, well, it's going to be hard to score goals with header, and it's going to be very hard for me to understand English. That's what I thought, but that's the only thing I can remember about.
Nathan?
I think this is slightly different to the question in some ways, but I think when City first got taken over and Robinho turns up in Manchester but then heads to the other side of it, you're not thinking, why is this team wearing blue? I thought it was signing somewhere red. I think that's a pretty funny unveiling, to be honest. Here's this new star player that has no idea where he's just signed, but he's going to change the face of the future and the future of the football club forever. Robinho, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
In terms of unveiling in Major League Soccer, I think a changing moment, a pivotal moment for Major League Soccer was the introduction of David Beckham. Now, it wasn't the LA Galaxy introducing, or it wasn't just the LA Galaxy introducing David Beckham. It was Major League Soccer introducing David Beckham. Now, for people on the outside, that may have been very normal, but for those of us that were playing in the league, it's like, wait a second. Why is the league going crazy about introducing a player for an individual team? So if you were not part of the LA Galaxy, you began to get the idea and understand there may be some preferential treatment here. There may be some interest here in that the LA Galaxy does well, so that the league can get a different type of profile. So never mind whatever Houston was doing, or Real Salt Lake, or this team, or that team, or that Columbus Crew, so on and so forth. As long as the LA Galaxy are taken care of, everything is great. That's certainly the feeling that you got watching from afar as a player in the league. It was a celebration of the LA Galaxy and David Beckham and MLS, as if the LA Galaxy and David Beckham were the whole of MLS and not anybody else.
All right, yes, well, why didn't you get that treatment, Ale?
Well, because I was not nearly as good looking as David Beckham. And I cannot bend the ball like Beckham. I am not the marketing machine that is David Beckham, and not the player that David Beckham was. But I have a lot of heart.
You're somebody to us.
You'll do it for us. You're somebody to us.
Somebody for us.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
We'll end it on a high note for the positivity corner tonight on Extra Time. Thanks for sending in your questions.
I don't want to be in that positivity corner. Craig's over there.
The guys will be back tomorrow to look back on all the day's action.